Welcome. So, it's been a little while. We've had a good couple of weeks past, I think, now since the last video with the Subaru WRX. Today's video is a special one. Today, you're going to hear the car start for the first time. You're going to get a cold start. We're going to drive it without a clutch over to a Subaru specialist at night. That's why I'm recording now. It's going to have to all be done at night because driving without a clutch is not very fun. But yeah, so you're going to hear a cold start. You're going to see it actually drive for the first time and hear it, which I'm really excited for because I haven't heard this car for a while and I love the way this car sounds. We're going to drop it off. They're going to work their magic on replacing the clutch with an XD Pink Organic clutch, which is rated for 450 bhp. And then tomorrow we're going to go pick it up. So stay tuned for that. That's what's going to be happening today. It'll be the first time the car's actually running properly here on the channel. If you are new here, what I'm talking about is the cheapest Subaru WRX in the country. It does have a forged engine, which is kind of the differentiating factor here. Wasn't the slave cylinder. That's what I thought it was. Definitely the clutch. So yeah, stay tuned and listen to that very, very sweet cold start. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gents. Sorry, this is a bit of a weird intermission, I guess. Got some explaining to do. So let me tell you about the clutch. Clutch came back and worked absolutely fine, as evidenced here. So as you can see, it worked. I was pulling the car hard. I filled the car up and I did about 150 miles. Quite a long distance. Some of it was really hard driving. And then I got the car home and I suspected that the transmission had blown because the entire underside of the car was caked in, well, like an oily liquid, basically. So I thought, right, the guy who did the clutch said he was having a real issue with the transmission, like a real issue with the transmission. So many problems trying to get it to line up, and it literally took him all day. Now, I don't necessarily highly recommend the chap who did the work, so I'm not going to plug him, but I'm also not going to name him either. I think they did a fine job, but I wouldn't recommend him, basically. Now, with respect to the underside of the car, I thought, shit. The transmission has blown and something that he's done is leaking all this oil over the place. So across the weekend, I dismantled the engine and I didn't film it. And I'm sorry for that. I really am. But I just wanted to get it done. I just wanted to get it done. Now, the pros of that are, I'm going to show you what I actually did, what me and my friend actually did, because what I thought had happened hadn't happened. It wasn't the transmission. Although there was this like oily-like substance underneath the car, it was CV grease. Now, what had happened, somewhere along the line, the CV boot on, well, the axle, drive shaft, whatever, had come away. Now, obviously that had gotten so hot and was kicking out all this CV grease everywhere, so hot that it had become liquefied, and it was all down the downpipe, it was everywhere. So we've basically, we took the downpipe off, which was a mission and a half, took apart, literally removed it all, actually inspected the turbo, which doesn't need to be refurbed. The turbo's amazing. Yes! So I'm super happy about that because obviously the turbo would have been another quite a big expense. Would have been about £400 to get refurbed. Not even a new one, that's just to get refurbished, which is expensive because it's a big turbo. It's an STI turbo. The car is basically an STI. It's had a full engine swap and forging, so it's better than an STI. So the turbo's good. Downpipe looks good. Gaskets look good. Everything looks good. And what had happened is the boot had just come off and just kicked up all this crap everywhere. So we had this massive mission of going out and getting all this stuff and trying to fix it, thinking it was one thing, thinking it was another. Now I actually have to go and check the CV boot now just to make sure that it has stayed on, because I did some driving yesterday. It's heated, it's cooled, did some spirited driving, and if it was going to come off again, it kind of would have come off by now. And I'm going to tug on it, pull it away, and just see whether it moves at all. So I'm going to show you that. I will be able to show you those things, but it's just to explain why there's such a big disjointed gap. So I'm going to leave you. Well, I'm going to show you the I'm going to show you the CV boot now, the downpipe now, and then I'll show you some more of the driving, so you can actually hear the car, because it sounds so good. I love this car so very much. So let's go show you the CV boot. So I've got the car jacked up, as you should do, nice and safe. And I'll show you, the CV boot is actually up in there. So you can see the remnants of the grease, and it looks awful. But safety first, obviously, jack stand, jack, or axle stand and jack. We're going to get under it, I'm going to show you it, and kind of show you what I was dealing with. But yeah, you can kind of see why I just wanted to get this done, because it's such a fiddly job. And if anyone wants to know what we did, I can kind of talk you through it. It's not difficult, it's just a faff. So let's get under the car, have a look, see if I fixed it, and go from there. So as you can see, this is the remnants of the CV grease, all on the downpipe. And it was coming up underneath the transmission as well, so you can kind of see why I thought the transmission had blown. Even some here, but it's all just superheated CV grease. So let's go tug on this boot and go from there. Right, well that is a success. Works, it's fixed. So it's all done now. I'm super pleased with that. What we're going to do now is just enjoy the car for a little bit. The next thing you'll see on this is probably actually going to be a deep clean detail, because that needs to happen. Got some very interesting things coming up on the channel, because my friend Nick did actually buy a car himself, which we're going to review and take through the process of that as well. But lots still to come with the Scooby. Lots still to come. Got to get turbo timer, boost gauge, install all of that, Android head unit, steering wheel, gear knob. Got to clean everything up, get new brakes, new tyres. That's super important. But yes, sorry it's been a disjointed video. Sorry it's all over the place. I'm going to leave you with some clips of the driving so you can listen to it now. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.